Today on TNT Big Show, Sony hiding a defect? All today on TNT Big Show. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is me, Michelle Nantucket.
And this is Sean.
Welcome to TNT Big Show, and if you like our content, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Want to help us with the algorithm? Thumbs up, leave a comment. We really want to hear from you. You can also save it to a playlist, share it on social media, and with your friends. Defects for systems happen a lot at launch. I'm not saying it's okay. What I'm saying is that there's always going to be a few. But the Joy-Con drift for Nintendo was a persistent one.
It's not anymore.
No. Nintendo finally fixed it last year. Nobody in the media hardly talked about it, but, you know, they did. But yes, I agree, Nintendo was too slow to act on that. Next time Nintendo you hear about that, automatically fix it, okay?
But let's also remember, though, Sony and Microsoft had the drift too.
Oh, exactly.
It wasn't just Nintendo, as the media claimed to be.
Yeah. Now there seems to be one with the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
Not, you know, like, oh, this popped up at launch. Oh, Sony fixed it.
The system's been out now for 2 years.
This sounds serious, and people are like, well, we don't know, it might not be that many. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos showing people playing different games that would crash, and they would lose their gameplay data.
They would blame the game.
Yeah.
When it's actually the system that it's happening.
According to Game Rant, in a class action lawsuit filing, plaintiff Christina Trejo accuses Sony of avoiding disclosing a defect that supposedly causes the system to shut down during gameplay, resulting in lost progress. The suit alleges that Sony is not only aware of the problem, but also has knowingly sold millions of PS5s with the same issue. As a result, the plaintiff's lawsuit aims to have Sony pay damages as punishment for the alleged inaction. In order for this to be a legitimate issue, a lot of people are going to have to come forward. So I hope that if this is happening, which it seems to be, then they'll come forward. I have, folks. I'll link some of them below. People who have PS5s that are very defective, and on Reddits and other places, people have been really angry at how the PS5 will just crash a game out of nowhere and they lose all their progress.
But see, a lot of people are blaming the game, though.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the game's fault.
Now, some people are saying, like, oh, well, they could have put updates to fix that and stuff. True, but there are still people complaining about this issue.
And if that's true, why was the lawsuit brought up?
Yeah, Sony's quality control is not what it used to be.
No.
The fact is, Sony last year almost got sued for DualSense buttons. It had a thing to where it would break.
Yeah.
The design of it made them break, and the drift was so bad on PS5 controllers, so Sony fixed it by late 2021. And now this. At least with the Switch, real quick, at least with the Switch it was like Joy-Con drifting, and that was about it.
Michelle said they're all bad. No, Nintendo's not. They're not as bad as Sony.
Oh, no.
They're just not. They're really not that. They're not as bad as Sony.
No, they're not as bad as Sony. I mean, Sony, they take the cake on a lot of this stuff now. But, you know, like Sean said, when you have a TV guy pushed into a video game position as the CEO, disaster is bound to strike.
Right. He doesn't know anything about video games, folks. He just don't.
I swear, man. You all who are going to defend Sony really just crack me up. Hardly any Nintendo fans defend Nintendo when it comes to Nintendo does something stupid.
Yeah.
But Sony fans, they will defend any little thing that Sony does until the bitter end. Yeah. You think Sony was paying these people? Yeah.
I mean, folks, right now, the majority of Sony ponies, and there's a lot of them, they could be sitting at home right now playing their PlayStation 5. Fire could be blowing out of the system. Sony gets sued for fire coming out of the system. You know, smoke alarms and stuff. They're ingesting smoke and inhaling flames. You know, that's funny. I played my PlayStation 5, blah, 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 but it's not happening to my system.
I hate when comments like that pop up. Like, when the PlayStation Network would get shut down, would get hacked or something. Well, mine didn't do it. And I'm just sitting there like, I'm sure, Hoss. I'm really sure. I have seen lots of games for the PlayStation 5 completely shut the system down. But see, it's not the games, though.
That's what I mean. A lot of people, though, they're blaming the game.
Yeah.
Well, hold on there. It may be the system doing it.
Yeah. I don't think this person's taken the lawsuit lightly because Sony could countersue.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is a serious claim. This just isn't some fake news story or whatever. This is actually real.
Yeah, and like I said, this has been happening for 2 years.
Yeah.
So I wonder, where was the video game media?
Yeah, this had been Nintendo, would have been around the clock.
Look what they did with the Joy-Con
Yeah.
drift. It was like constantly,
Yeah.
over and over. And you know what? It got Nintendo to finally fix it. So good.
Yeah.
I'm going to put up some screenshots. But yeah, tons of people are complaining
about
their PS5. Like Sean said, they thought it was the game.
Yeah.
Now,
It's the system.
Bingo.
I'm just going to say it. Sony brought out a faulty system.
yeah.
They rushed it out too soon. It shouldn't have came out until 2021.
Mm-hmm.
That's what should have been the real release date of the
Yeah.
PlayStation 5.
Have some better games at launch.
Yeah, the
and-
system would have been fixed and
Yeah.
everything. No. Oh my God, we can't be last. We can't be last. When the Xbox Series X and S were announced.
Yeah.
Rushed it out the door. Can't blame the damn chip shortages all the time. That's
Yeah.
all they do. Chip shortages, chip shortages. This has been a recording. Sorry. No. That's just an excuse.
But there have been other defuncts on the PlayStation 5 as well. Overheating.
Overheating, yeah.
The controller's breaking.
Breaking, no.
And now this.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, I just think, like Sean said, this thing was just rushed out the door.
And they were counting on all those Sony ponies out there. Sony, like I said, the system could be exploding everything. That doesn't happen to my system. Sony is the best system ever. Bunch of delinquent 5-year-olds.
Yeah, I
But-
mean, Sean and I are not going to defend Nintendo with, like, the Joy-Con drift.
Happened to us.
Yeah, it happened to us, and we took
Yeah.
care of it.
Yeah.
I will say this. On all the systems, I think some people are just reckless with the controllers.
That's what I'm saying. The number one cause, real quick, of drift is dust.
Yeah.
Keep your controllers and everything, your system covered and everything.
Yep.
You won't get the drift. It's the fan's fault, not the company's fault on that issue.
But a lot of the other ones, though, I've seen were people who had them clean. They would clean them, and
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there like, yeah, that was a problem.
Yeah.
Let's not ignore what Sony's doing.
Exactly.
Okay, this has been
Exactly.
my whole reaching thing
Yeah.
with the media. I don't
Yeah.
care if you call
Yeah.
out Nintendo on something
Yeah.
stupid they do.
Yeah.
Be my guest. You didn't hardly cover this. This should have been covered more.
Like the sexual harassment and the racist trials.
Yeah.
Like when Sony banned YouTubers who were using
Earthbound music.
sound. Yeah, music. You never heard Rich from UTech USA do a story on it. You just didn't. And Nintendo's so anti-consumer. Sony is the worst anti-consumer company ever.
Oh yeah, Nintendo and Microsoft have their anti-consumer policies. It's a little gas in the wind compared to Sony.
Sony's.
Right now, Sony is the most anti-consumer of them by a mile.
And real quick, Michelle, just to correct you on that, keeping people from stealing their games is not anti-consumer.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah.
But I'm just talking about a few other
Yeah.
dumb things. But, the fact is, Sony is the worst of
They
it.
are. They just are. They're the worst.
Yeah, I mean, they are so anti-consumer, it's not
I
funny.
guarantee you won't see hardly a story on this.
Yeah.
Especially from the YouTubers.
Nope.
You won't see it.
This is a disgrace.
Yeah.
Sony needs to deal with this.
Yeah.
And if this girl puts their feet to the fire and forces them to fix it, then the consumer will be better off for it. Don't
Exactly.
you get that?
Exactly.
I'm glad you people kept pressuring Nintendo.
Yeah.
Nintendo finally fixed the damn Joy-Con problem.
Yeah.
So, it's just like with Sony now. Get on their case.
Yeah.
Stay on it and don't let up
Yeah.
until they fix the problem.
Exactly. Stop letting Sony give a free pass.
Yeah. Stop letting the News for Gamers Sony ponies control the narrative. That's what they try to do.
Exactly.
Because they're like a bunch of seals that clap on demand.
Man, yeah, exactly.
This is Michelle
And
Lantac.
this is Sean.
Have a good one. Thank you all for enjoying the video, and thanks to our Patreons for supporting us. You guys help make this video possible. And you can also join our Patreon if you want for as little as $1 a month. You can get things like Jack's Joke of the Week, which will be up later today. You can also join our Reddit, which is TNTE Games. And you can also join our Discord, which is TNT Big Show 3665. And that's not all. We have an Instagram, we have TikTok, and we have a WordPress blog. Thank you all for supporting us so much, and have a wonderful day.